Hi, my name is Geila Rajaee. I'm one of the new board members with the Young Clergy Women's International. And just a little bit about me. I spent the beginning part of my career working as a healthcare chaplain, and more recently began more study at the University of Michigan. I started a PhD this fall. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite spiritual practices, and this actually came out of some of my work and learning about different forms of meditation, and it really sort of connected with me. So what I'm going to be talking about is something called passage meditation, and really what it is allowing yourself to focus on a singular passage or sacred writing, to and doing that sort of in a meditative fashion for around 20 minutes a day. So the way this works is you choose a passage and you sit down, and when you're first starting, you are just reading it quietly in your own mind and reciting it over and over and over again. And slowly you memorize it, and then you're able to sort of recite it in your head without looking at the paper itself. The book that I use is something called God Makes the Rivers to Flow. It's published by the Blue Mountain Center for Meditation, which is where passage meditation actually comes from. And what I like about it is that the Blue Mountain Center is an ecumenical organization. They work with a lot of different traditions, and they allow for them to sort of blend together in a way that I find really meaningful. But the point of it is that this is an opportunity for us to sort of focus in on what we're putting into our mind, and that can help shape not only our thinking but our behavior in the world that we live in. So the way that passage meditation works is that you read this passage, and you can start with like 5 minutes a day and work up to 20 minutes a day, and really allow for it to sort of sink in. And you can add more passages and like do more than one, but you can do a season with a singular passage and then transition to another, or do 2 passages. It all depends on you, really. There's a couple that I have appreciated. One they tend to use, and it's a great place to start, is the prayer of St. Francis, and that's actually what they use to teach people this at the retreat center itself. The one that I really appreciate is by a Sufi mystic, a woman by the name of Mira, and she wrote this writing. It's called The Path to Your Dwelling, and it really resonated with me during a certain season of my life, and I find it really meaningful even still, just reading it and seeing the connections that I have with different like struggles in life and being able to sort of like overcome those things. So I'll read this to you as one option. How am I to come to you when I stand outside a locked gate? The path to your dwelling runs steep and dangerous. In fear I climb, step by step, the path to your dwelling, so steep and dangerous. O Lord, you seem so far away that my mind goes up and down. As I climb, the sentinels watch, and the robbers wait to waylay me. Though the path to your dwelling is steep and dangerous, you have called me home. Mira's wanderings have ended. She has found her way to your feet. Now, if I was doing this as a meditation, I would pause and begin again. And one thing that's really important to keep in mind is that when you're doing this, you aren't paying attention to the cadence of your speech. You aren't thinking about you aren't really thinking about any of it. You're reciting the words. The point is to not get stuck on how you're saying it, or what's the pacing in which you are saying it. The point is to say it and to let it sort of settle into your person. And that's what I really like about it, is the idea of taking words that are meaningful and sacred in a lot of different spaces and letting them sort of settle in and be a part of me. And I have found it really helpful because many of you, I don't know, but many of you might be like me and have tried like basic meditation, being able to empty your mind, using mindfulness-based stress reduction sort of techniques, and that might not resonate with you. It didn't resonate with me, not because it's not helpful, but simply because I was so distracted all the time and then so frustrated by my distraction then it actually became less meaningful. Now I know if you continue with the process, theoretically it all gets better, but for me it didn't. Then I discovered passage meditation, and I really connected with what it was offering. So I'm going to end with one last one of the writings that I've actually come to really appreciate. It comes, I believe, from a Celtic tradition, and I'm going to butcher the name of the individual that it's attributed to, I'm going to butcher it, so I apologize in advance. It's attributed to the Ortha nan Gadheel, and the name of it is Silence. I weave silence onto my lips. I weave silence into my mind. I weave a silence within my heart. I close my ears to distractions. I close my eyes to attractions. I close my heart to temptations. Calm me, O Lord, as you stilled the storm. Still me, O Lord, keep me from harm. Let all tumult within me cease. Enfold me, Lord, in your peace. I hope this was helpful. And again, I pulled these writings out of God Makes the Rivers to Flow. It's, again, an ecumenical, it's a book of different writings from different traditions. You can always use a passage from Scripture that really resonates with you. The point is to use something that you want to shape who you are and what you want to become. And I have found this really helpful. So thank you, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye.